Welcome Diecast Rally fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank DeGura Gibbs.
And welcome to the Chaos Canyon Road Track.
Here's a quick recap on the points of where everybody's at as they come into this particular section after the stadium sprint track points.
So John Receiver picked up the bonus point last time, let's see if he can do it again. Now, there are 6 checkpoints on the track. One as you just come over the jump, second one as you enter Kahuna Corner, third as you exit Kahuna Corner, 4 as you go just past the edge of the bridge, 5 at the join and the lower track, 6 at the Floral Motel sign, and the finish line at the crossing will also count as a checkpoint.
As far as points for this round, drivers will get 1 point for every checkpoint they pass, 7 in total, 2 points for first place, and there will still be a bonus point for the fastest time of the day. And if you crash off track, that's it, you're done for the day, whether it's your first run or your last run.
Alright, that's enough talking, let's get into some racing. Let's head on up to the top of the canyon for the first cars.
First up today, we've got John Receiver and Lightning Jim. John Receiver the quickest on the stadium track. Let's see how he does on the road track.
Well, he's out fast, looking pretty good there. Nice and clean over the jump, nicely through Kahuna Corner, races down, oh, and a bit of a spin, and Lightning Jim crossing just in behind. They switch lanes, Lightning Jim takes the inside lane now, John Receiver moves to the outside. Both cars finishing last time, so they pick up 7 and 9 points respectively. Lightning Jim out quicker this time. John Receiver chasing hard, drifts in behind there. Jim starts to spin, manages to cross the line, take the win. But John Receiver picks up the fastest time so far, and they both finish on 16 points.
Now we go to Chips McGee and Eddie Winslow.
Chips McGee did pick up the fastest time on the hill climb track. With both of his runs, he's got to be a favourite on this track. Looking pretty good so far. Oh! He goes over. Winslow manages to push around him, crawls to the finish line, but still, those points are going to be critical. And Chips McGee finishes just short of the 6th checkpoint there, so he's only going to pick up 5 points.
Let's go back through the Granny's Muffins replay and see just what happened. Now, you might not have seen what Eddie Winslow did here. Look at that. He rides the rail all the way into Kahuna Corner. Chips McGee got it all kinds of wrong in Kahuna Corner there and just rolled it himself. Eddie Winslow, what an absolute superb bit of driving from the young man. Gets around Chips McGee to finish and picks up those 3 extra points for the checkpoints and then the 2 extra points for the win.
And in this series you need as many points as possible. So Eddie Winslow on 9, Chips McGee on 5 as they head out again. Winslow pretty quick this time, he'll come out of K&M Corner with the lead. Chips McGee pushing hard and behind. Oh, they both roll it this time. They slide down the track on their roof. That is disappointing for both drivers. They'll pick up 4 points each. But that is not going to be a very impressive score for this track.
Now let's go through the replay. Chips realised he was quite a way behind, so he absolutely gave it the beans, nicely caught up to Eddie Winslow there, but unfortunately both of them just overcooked it and rolled the cars. And a very disappointing score for both of them, only picking up 4.
So final points for those two, 9 and 13 respectively. While we just clean up the track a bit, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Release your inner Frank with this classic Give It the Beans t-shirt available from chaoscanyonmerch.online.
Welcome back Diecast fans. It's time to carry on with the rally. Let's get into it.
Up next we've got Drab Ed and Scooter Roundwell.
Drab Ed had some pretty good success on the stadium track, and he's also driving one of the older cars, being that Ford Escort. And the only Escort in this field, looking good so far. Oh, he rolls it. Scooter Roundwell pushes around the outside. Just like Eddie Winslow in the last race, has an obstruction in front of him but manages to get around it and take the win, crossing off all the checkpoints.
Yeah, in the replay here, Drab Ed absolutely thundering down the track, gives it the beans but just blows it into Kahuna Corner there, and then Scooter Roundwell with an absolutely superb bit of drifting here, gets around the outside of him and gets through for the win. You see it on this angle here, so Drab Ed goes over and then Scooter Roundwell drifts up the outside of him there, gets around and then gets it back under control and zips down to the finish line.
So not a particularly fast time for Scooter, but he does pick up maximum points and that's really going to help him.
Absolutely, and you've got to finish to actually get that bonus point as well.
As they head out again, they've switched lanes. Drab Ed zooming away again. He just needs to keep it under control. Feeds it some jam. Oh, and he rolls it yet again. Scooter Roundwell going in reverse this time, still gets around him. Finishes again. That time's not particularly impressive, but he's racking up the points and that's really going to help him out. We go through the replay. Both drivers pushed hard here, and I thought Scooter was going to lose it. He manages to get it under control, but Drab Ed out in front
just cracked it into the sidewall and blew it completely.
So, Drabhead finishes on 10, Scooter Roundwell maximum points of 18. Nice driving there. Now we've got Gnocchi Jack for Jackson Pass versus Lily the Dog for Lily's Boneyard.
And both these drivers have competed in the rally last year too.
Lily out super quick here, gets over the jump with the lead. Oh, bit of a spin from Lily, gets it under control nicely. Both drivers finish a 9.10, so John Receiver's time still the fastest so far as they switch lanes. Lily picks up the 9 points, Gnocchi Jack with 7. Jack trying for the lead here, comes out of cane with the lead. Oh, Lily the Dog gets around him, races down to the finish. Gnocchi Jack comes back hard but cannot do it.
Great drive by Lily, and she picks up maximum points on that round.
Now we go to Big Mac versus the Commish.
The Commish will be looking for redemption after his performance at the stadium, but Big Mac was definitely on form there. Let's see if he's carrying on that form.
Oh, here comes the Commish. They get into a bit of a drift battle as they exit Kahuna Corner, but the Commish stalls out.
You'll be disappointed with that. Let's have a look at this replay because it was quite a battle as they went into Kahuna Corner. The Commish absolutely gave it the beans going down there, then they drift up on each other there. And then the Commish just gets a bad bounce out of Kahuna Corner and he just stalls out. Lost all forward momentum.
They were certainly banging doors going through Kahuna. So they switched lanes. The Commish only picks up 4 there. Big Mac picks up the maximum 9. Commish looking for redemption this time. He'll come out of Kahuna with the lead just ahead of Big Mac. Oh, a bit of contact there.
Both boys want this pretty bad.
Both drivers spin as they cross the line. And that is a very nice time by the Commish, an 8.97. Not quite as fast as John Receiver, but one of the few sub 9 second times.
Now we've got Glitch and Leafar 12. Glitch very familiar with this track, so let's see if that works in his favour.
It looks like Leafar 12 is going to come across the jump with the lead here. Leafar 12 drifted a little bit wide there. Glitch giving him a smack in the side. Both drivers make it to the finish with Leafar 12 picking up a 9.37. Leafar 12 moves to the inside this time. Glitch will be looking for a win here. Leafar 12 very quick out of the gate. Glitch trying to come back, but Leafar 12 with the lead. Glitch tries to go up the inside. Leafar 12 goes over. Can Glitch make it to the finish? He's heading down. Takes the win. Those points are going to be absolutely vital. Leafar 12 there, finishing with only 4 points on that lap.
Glitch was trying so hard in this replay here. He almost got up the inside, but Leafar 12 shut the door on his face, but then he paid the price as he overcooked it into Kahuna and rolled.
Looked like he tried to accelerate away from Glitch, and that was the wrong thing to do, because that's what caused him to roll.
And then Glitch, again, a beautiful drift up and around him. You see it on this angle here. So Glitch drifts a bit there, then drifts around the outside of Leafar 12, gets the car back under control, and then zooms down to the finish to pick up those maximum points.
So Glitch finishes on 16, Leafar 12, 13. No one coming close to John Receiver's time so far. He could walk away with an extra bonus point.
Now we've got Cretin and Coast. Coast was very disappointing in both the hill climb and the stadium track. Oh, he's up on this side.
It's a lame track, but he seems to be having all sorts of problems. Oh, and he rolls in the open section of track as well. But luckily Cretin was well in front, wasn't tangled up, and managed to post a 9.33 time.
Let's have a look at the replay. So he comes into KM corner and goes up on the wall. It's like, I don't even know where he's trying to drive. He's going straight into the wall. But he did an amazing job to get their car off the sidewall and back onto its wheels. And then he comes down here, only just cleared the jump, and then somehow gets into a huge big flip here and rolls his car a couple of times.
He was just all over the place in this race, kind of repeating his form from the other 2 tracks. Let's see if he can do better in race 2. Cretin picking up the full 9 points, Coast only 4 there.
It's just so strange to see the difference between the 2 Mustangs, this one and John Receiver, who's so far the quickest.
Coast out pretty quick. He'll come out of KM corner with the lead. He just has to hold it together this time. Oh, big spin there. Races down to the finish for a sub 9 second time. A great effort there from Coast. Picks up 13 points overall and a much better performance.
Speaking of better performance, we got McMoody and Mr. Dark, and McMoody will be looking for better this time.
Now McMoody went off the stadium track twice, not posting any points at all. Oh, gets up the side of Mr. Dark and he goes around Mr. Dark. Mr. Dark pulled wide, slowed right down, thinking McMoody had stopped.
Yeah, let's look at this replay. McMoody got wide onto the sidewall there, clips the side of Mr. Dark. Mr. Dark goes into a massive spin. But look at the way McMoody straightens his car up here. You'll see it better on this angle. So I thought McMoody was going to stall out completely, but he lines this gap up perfectly, zips down the inside, gets around Mr. Dark while he's having a nap there, trying to get his bearings after spinning around like that, and races down to take the win and maximum points.
That is absolutely brilliant bit of driving by McMoody. Picks up 9 points and he needs every one he can get. Let's see how he goes in race number 2. Mr. Dark out pretty quick. Ahead over the jump. Oh, he spins again! McMoody tries to get around him but can't do it. Bashes into him. Sends Mr. Dark down to the finish line for a 10.47. That gives both drivers 16 apiece.
So there's been some huge action on the track so far. Let's just have a look at the scores from today's runs.
So Lily the Dog and Scooter Roundwell picking up the 2 perfect runs of the night, 18 points apiece. Then there's a stack of drivers picking up 16 points, Gnocchi Jack on 14, 4 more drivers on 13 points, Drabhead 10, and Chips McGee a disappointing 9. So as we roll over all of the points, including the time bonus, which this time around goes to John Receiver, he now moves into first place overall with 22 points.
Yeah, that is an absolutely stunning bit of work from John Receiver. He was well on point and that time was blistering.
Then we've got 6 drivers close in behind on 20 points. Then we've got Lightning Jim and Gnocchi Jack on 18, McMoody on 16, the Commish Leafer 12, and Eddie Winslow on 15, Coast, Drabhead and Chips McGee trailing the field on 14.
John Receiver's definitely setting himself apart from the field. Those bonus points are really going to make the difference in the end.
And of course there's still 2 big tracks to go. The Rocky Road, which is definitely going to sort the field out a lot, and then the Helix to wrap it up.
Both of those tracks can be brutal, a lot like the Canyon Road track. And of course there's a lot of points up for grabs on each one.
It is still anybody's series at this point. Disappointing run from Chips McGee, but I'm sure he can get it back under control for next time. Alright, thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next week.
You know, I think we've got to count this as a huge bonus. We didn't have any cars go off track, even though we had a couple roll over, and we didn't kill any spectators.
I mean, they take their life in their hands coming to an event like this, but I get where you're coming from.